Welcome back to another episode of our NHL20 franchise mode series with the California Misfits. I am the Final Night Errant. Thank you so much for checking us out. If you end up liking this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit that like button, and also hit that subscribe button, turn the bell on so that you're notified every time we put up a brand new episode. In this episode, we're going to go ahead and get through the trade deadline here. It's a fire sale here in Oakland. We're going to be getting rid of a bunch of players that won't be coming back next year. Then we're going to sim through the rest of this season, this doomed season, and get to the draft where hopefully we will have some opportunities to pick up some decent players. And we'll take a look at how the team comes together in time for the sophomore season in Oakland. Let's get to it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of some of these players. It is trade deadline time, so let's jump over here and find some trades. First on my list of trades, we're going to look at defense. We have two defensemen I think need to move. One of them, Muzzin. He's got great trade value. He's 31 years old, a little bit older, and I think we're going to be able to get something for him. The other one I want to move is Forbort. He is also in a contract year, and I do not believe he wants to come back. So we're going to go ahead and offload both Forbort and Muzzin. I think what we're going to do is start off with Muzzin and see what we can get for him. All right, we can get some first-round draft picks from this year. Now, Chicago's not a great team to be trading with. I don't think that they are going to miss the playoffs this year, so let's hold off on them. Let's take a look at some of these other options. Florida, same boat. Montreal, if I recall correctly, Montreal's kind of one of those mid-range teams that are in a wild card hunt, so we may want to think about that, but I don't know if that's the one we want to go with. 2 second rounds for this year in Brook. No, I think we're going to skip that. Philadelphia, no, they're top of the league. We don't want them. They're championship status. So those draft picks will be at the end of the first round these next couple of years. I don't think we want that. Pittsburgh is interesting. They are pretty low in the standings. They're not, completely out of it, but I think this might be one of our better bets. They want to give up their first round pick, which would be good if they miss the playoffs. That's a lottery pick right there. St. Louis Blues look like they may make it in, so that's kind of mid-range. Washington Capitals look like they might make it in. I think they're also in a playoff hunt right now. And then the Winnipeg Jets, I think they're in for sure. So I think out of all of those, because we're a West Coast team, I think the Pittsburgh Penguins is the route I want to go here, but I'm not thrilled about Gudbranson. Let's see if we can edit this trade and mess with it a little bit to see if there might be something we can get instead of Gudbranson. Give me a second to see what I can do here. I'm going to take a look at what they have and see if there's anything that makes sense. All right, I took a look at the deal, and two big things jumped out at me. One, they're at the contract limit, so we need to bring a body back, and two, they're at the cap. So that means we're going to have to offset that as well. With Muzzin being $4 million, Gudbranson was a great deal for Pittsburgh. They got rid of somebody they didn't want, had 2 years left on his contract, and was almost the exact same amount of money. Well, I'm not interested in Gudbranson. He's kind of garbage. I want McCann. Now, they don't want to give him up, but that's all right. We'll make this deal happen. McCann's 23 years old. He's got a $1.25 million contract. And then we're going to retain half of Muzzin's salary. That's going to offset what we need to get them under the cap. And then we're going to add in some draft picks that we're not going to end up using because it's the first year. And these draft picks are garbage. So the third round pick for us and the fourth round pick from us. And then the third round pick we picked up from Chicago in the entry-level draft at the beginning of the series. So let's see if this will go through. There we go. One trade done, several more to go. All right, for this next trade, let's see if we can package a couple players together. We need to get rid of Forbort and Strome and Bodker. Forbort and Strome are right next to each other. Let's see if we can get rid of these two together in one shot. Let's see what's out there and available. Hutton and Lewis, Toffoli and Ryan, Duclair and Guldebeff, Strawhammer. Okay. Who is a defenseman? All right, and a goalie. Dylan, defenseman, and Brzezinski. Okay. St. Louis Blues second, Alexander Steen and Kennis. 2 years left on Steen. Probably not. Appleton, Kulikov, Brisebois, and Perreault, Bolio, and Brisebois. Okay. All right, bunch of 1 year left guys, except for Steen. That's a terrible deal. This thing right here is probably not what we want. kind of interesting, this Hutton into Foley. I'd kind of maybe like to try to get both of them. Let's see if we can edit this trade to make it work. All right, give me a second. Let me see if I can make this trade make a little more sense. All right, I'm going to go ahead and substitute Hutton in there, and I'm also going to throw on a 5th to see if this will work. It looks like it's in their favor, but I don't know. Now that's rejected. Just a touch, though. Okay. We do have a 6 and a 7th available. Let's go ahead and offload the 6. Let's throw the 7th on there first, just to make sure. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw in the 6th. There we go. All right, our next big trade is going to be the goalie. Robin Lehner is in a contract year. I am not interested in keeping him around. He never sims well for us. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of Lehner. Let's see what we can get for him. No trades based on that, on our trading block. Okay. Well, what if we went open block? Okay, this is what New Jersey's willing to give us to take Lehner off our hands. They're willing to give us Palmieri, a 3rd and a 4th from next year. Let's see if we can take a look. If there's anything else we might be able to do here. Let's jump in. They're at least willing to take him. Just want to see what else they've got. So there he is. Vukajevic. Ooh. Could we get Vukajevic instead? They've got cap space. He's just barely anything more. Let's see if we can do. If we took Palmieri off and put Vukajevic on, and then took, say, like the 4th off. Is Vukajevic somebody we want? Michael Vukajevic. 18, 76 overall. Good start. He's got great defense to start off with. He uses a little bit of work on his durability, but, you know, all things being equal, I don't mind that. Has he played? He's played in the AHL. He's not playing in Kit. Yeah, he's playing over in the OHL right now. Okay. All right. Defense. Nice. Look at that. Nice offensive defenseman, two-way defenseman, putting up points. All right, let's see if we can make that work. All right, let's give it a shot. All right, we'll take it. All right, final guy to get rid of. Bodker. Let's see if we can find him real quick. All the way down near the bottom. There he is. Bodker. Take a look and see who's interested in Bodker here. Couple options. Okay, just a bunch of guys. Ooh, we got picks there. All right, looks like the only one with picks is here in St. Louis. We'll go ahead and take a look and see what they've got to offer. All right, St. Louis Blues, 3rd, Steen, and a 6th. 3rd and a 6th for next year. Steen has got 2 years left. Who else they got on the block? They got their 1st on the block. Ooh, and they have Kyrou on their block. All right, give me a second. Let me see what's going on here with players they have on the block. All right, I really liked Kyrou on their block, and because we don't know what we're going to get, since our scouts are kind of questionable here in this first-year draft, I'm going to go ahead and give up my 2nd and a 7th to see if we can pick up Kyrou. We trade Bodker for Steen, pretty much. We're trading almost straight up money for money. That's going to keep us over the trade. That's going to keep us over the minimum salary cap. And I think we might be able to make this work. Let's see if that'll work. Awesome. It did. Fantastic. All right, so we end up with a guy we can use for the future there. And we only have Steen for an extra year here, so that's not too bad. Let's go ahead and do best lines for everything. And that is going to do it. At the trade deadline, we offload a bunch of stuff. We pick up an extra pick, and we go from there. All right, not bad. Hopefully we will luck out with those 2 picks there, and we'll have to see. But for now, let's take a look at how the lines shaped up after all of those trades. Okay, let's take a look at how we've got our lines set up here real quick after the trades. We got Forsberg, Stahl, and Toffoli together. On that first line, McCann, Cirelli, Jost on the 2nd, Kyrou, Sissons, Guryanov on the 3rd, Hinostroza, Lawton, and Shore on the 4th. Currently sitting in scratched positions are Seaman, Steen, and Pearson. And when you take a look at what we've got going on for defense, you've got Mueller, Lievo together, Hutton, Carlo together, McCoshen, and Anderson. So that's going to be our team currently for goalies. We're going to have Comrie and Korpisalo in net. See which one of those guys can get it done and go from there. All right, let's get through the final part of the season here and see where we land. We're currently at 23, 33, and 4. We're going to go all the way to the end of the season, finish things up here, and move on to the offseason. Philadelphia, Dillon and Boyle going to Philly from San Jose. San Jose is going to get a first-round pick back from Philadelphia. Anaheim's getting Forbert and Strome from Los Angeles for a second-round pick in Benoit. Redmond's fully healed, able to play. I'm just going to go ahead and hit continue. Actually, no, I better double-check that. Give me a second, boys. Samuel Lamoureux, we're going to decline that. California player Jared McCann has been injured. Abdomen strain. He's out till March 8. All right, let me get in here and fix this. Be right back. All right, we're moving on. Duclair, Hainsey, and a fourth to Minnesota from Ottawa. Ottawa's getting Mikko Koivu back. All right, they're willing to take our 6th from next year to get Barkowski. We're not interested in that. Let's edit our trade block real quick. Yeah. Forgot to change this after the trade deadline. Let's get rid of all this stuff here so we have no more trade stuff before the trade deadline is over. And it doesn't mess us up or slow us down any more than it already has. Okay, move on past that. As we pass the trade deadline here, Vatanen is going to go to Colorado from Detroit. Detroit's getting a second, a third, Nieto back. And trade deadline is over, so no more trades till the end of the season after the playoffs. And at this point, it's all about just losing games. McCann's fully healed. Let's go ahead and edit the lines, get him back in there and playing. Yeah, that's who I want. I want him on the left. Giving these guys an opportunity to get some ice time. Well, yeah, 7-3 win against Dallas. McCann's been injured again. All right, now he's out till the 19th. Oh, boy. Well, at least we know who we're putting in that spot. It's always going to be Pearson. There's another loss. Good, good, good. We're looking to try to end up with the highest probability of getting that first overall pick. That is the goal. We'll see how it goes. Can fully healed. Get him back in there. We don't want to hamstring these guys too badly, so we want to try to keep guys in positions where they can actually continue to get points and grow, but we don't want to do too well and win too many games here. There we go. There's a win against San Jose. Sometimes you find a way to win, right? There we go. Final 4 games. Detroit. There's a loss into New Jersey. There's a win against New Jersey. Boston. There's a loss. And we finished the season against Carolina. Mirko Mueller's been injured with a sprained ankle. His return isn't until April. We're just going to go ahead and head coach replace that player. There's no more games to play. We win our final game 5-4. We end up with a total record of 30, 47, and 5. We'll see where that puts us. 65 total points on the year. That is going to put us in dead last, which is exactly where we want to be. We want to hopefully, fingers crossed, win that lottery and get our hands on that first overall draft pick. All right, so the regular season has ended. Hit okay. AHL season has ended. Let's see how they did. Did they make the playoffs? It does not look like they did, unless I'm missing something. No. Looks like they missed the playoffs there. What was their total? Let's see how close they were. 68 points for Forsbacka Karlsson's pretty good. 47, 29, and 6 was not good enough to get in. Interesting. Yeah, definitely not in. Take a quick look. I just want to see where we landed in the grand scheme of things. We just missed by 1 point. Oof. Hey, you know what? That's okay. So that makes this offseason go a little bit quicker. Let's go ahead and jump down here and zip all the way past the postseason to retired players and see if we end up winning that draft lottery. Fingers are crossed, boys. Here we go. Let's take a look. We're just going to go ahead and hit continue. Okay, so we're getting down to the nitty-gritty there. Conference finals. Stars and Vegas, Florida and the Capitals. And the winner of the Stanley Cup will be the Florida Panthers here in year number 1 of this universe. Florida Panthers win the Cup. The Grand Rapids Griffins win the Calder. Interesting. So Detroit's NHL team, or AHL team, wins the Calder. All right, and Ottawa. Wow, we drop all the way to 4th. Oof. All right, so we get the 4th pick, and we get, wow. Where are we? The 4th and the 13th. That's the 2 we get. Oh boy, oh boy. 4th and the 13th. We were really hoping to do better than that, but it is what it is, and we'll have to just see what's available in those positions. Let's just hit okay. And step out of this, and we will move on to take a look at who retired really quickly. We're going to advance a day. Take a look at who retired. Retired players after year number 1. Chara hangs it up. Waugh, Daly, Bernier, Gilbert, Gach, Thompson, Hunwick, Jersina, and Porter. Connor, Lindstrom, Kostanen, Potter, and Lundqvist. Joel Lundqvist. Huh. Interesting. Wrong button. There we go. Goalies. Leighton, Fasseth, and then a couple other guys. Very cool. All right, so there's your retired players for year number 1. Skip through that. The following players have become scouts. Hunwick and Daly. Okay. Draft interviews. We're going to go ahead and view draft class and take a look at those positions. It was 4 and 3. Looks like Lafreniere is going to go number 1 overall, which is not surprising at all. And then it looks like a bunch of viewer-created players here. Drafting 4th overall, we could go ahead and pick up Don Quixote, defenseman. I think that might be what we do. We might go ahead and just grab Don Quixote. And then we have some other options here, all the way down at 13. Staus, Rossi, Stranges, Rogers. See, I'm not super thrilled by those options. What I'd like to maybe do is see if I can move up just a little bit. Try to grab like Raymond, Holtz, or Byfield here. Like Raymond, Holtz, Byfield, even Perfetti. Let's see if we can get Perfetti. A nice center would be good. Cole Perfetti would be a pretty good option. If we can get the 12th overall pick by moving up 1 spot, that would be great. But I don't want to give up too much to do it. I really don't want to give up too much to do it. We'll see if any of these from 8 and down are open for trades. If they're not, then we might see if we can get that 12th. Because if they do take Perfetti, that means Lundell will be available. I mean, he's not that awful. We should probably talk to him. Yeah. But picking up Quixote would be a good idea. Get a defenseman for the future. And try to bring in somebody who's going to be pretty good down here. We'll have to take a look. Yeah. All right. So interesting stuff here. Yeah. Yeah, Cole Perfetti would be the one that I would prefer to get. But we'll see. We will see. All right, let's just bounce out of that real quick. I am going to advance a day. We're going to hit edit the trade block real fast. Picard Steen, 3rd round pick. Yeah, we can leave that. We can leave that. That's fine. Jump in here and get rid of the other stuff. We don't want that. The rest of that is fine. The wants we're going to change. Get rid of all of that. Don't want players here when we're going into the draft. I just want picks. And yeah, we could throw this stuff up there and see if anybody was willing to bite on any of that. That's fine. But there's not a whole lot here in the draft this year. I'm going to take a quick look at the draft class and see if I can plan a few things out. But for the most part, there's not a lot because we don't know very much. But let me take a look. Yeah, there wasn't very much left to take. We only have the 2 first-round picks. We're going to go ahead and try to just get this over with as quickly as possible. I am going to see if we can move up just a little bit. Look at that. The 2nd overall pick is willing to be given up. I wonder if Ottawa's willing to give up the 1st. They're not. If they were willing to give up the 1st, I'd give up the 2 first rounds I have, but they're not interested in giving up the 1st. 2nd round, though, that second overall pick, boy, we're getting the 4th, and, the 6th, the 7th are both available. The 11th is available. I might try to move up to the 11th. All right, let's see what we can do by getting this 11th overall pick. We're going to go ahead and trade them the 13th, and then we will see what needs to go beyond that. Right? So straight up, 11 for 13. Not willing to do that. Let's see what else we can add in here that they want. We'll start with goalies matching the block. There's no one. All right, skaters matching the block. Anybody down here we could part ways with that we don't care about? It's going to need to be a little bit of something here. Not a lot, but a little bit. Pearson. Let's throw Pearson on there. See if we can make that work. So Pearson and the 1st to move up a couple spots. Accepted. Perfect. So we knew we weren't bringing Pearson back, or at least we were looking to offload him. That's fine. Opens up a little bit more for us. So we'll take Don Quixote here at 4, and then we will take Perfetti or one of those other guys at 11. That seems to work for me. Let's go ahead and get to it. Sim to pick number 4. So it goes Lafreniere, Conn, Nguyen, and now we're going to take Don Quixote here at 4. Don Quixote. There we go. And we will sim to our next pick. And that's where we get to actually make a choice. All right, so Raymond, Holtz, Byfield all go. That leaves... that's going to leave... Yeah, Lundell and Perfetti. We're going to take Perfetti because I want that center playmaker. I think he's actually a two-way forward, but we'll take him. We'll take Perfetti. Oh, he is a playmaker, and he's elite. Fantastic. So 72 overall Perfetti. We'll get him playing right away. Get him growing down there in the AHL. Those are the only picks we're going to make. We're going to go ahead and sim. Actually, we'll show you where everybody else fell out. Lafreniere goes 1. Conn goes 2. Nguyen goes 3. Quixote goes 4. Volchenkov, he's going to go number 5. Hendrick is number 6. 7 is Boss. And then it goes Raymond, Holtz, Byfield, Perfetti, and then from there we go through the rest. We're going to go ahead and skip the rest of that and just get out of this draft. Auto draft. And go straight into the re-sign phase and get through our free agent situation. So let me take care of that real fast. Okay, let's take a look at who made it into the free agent pool. Right off the bat, I'm liking what I see. A bunch of defensemen right up top. Gustafsson, Brody, Schultz, any of these guys would be good for us. Yeah, two-way defender, offensive defenseman. We take a look, yeah, assists, all of them. Yeah, not bad. 2 left wingers off the top. Left wingers, left-handed shots, that is. Both 85 overall. One's 28, one's 30. I think I'd probably go with Gustafsson. Yeah, he wants 4 years on top of it. Yeah, let's go ahead and offer Gustafsson like 7.5. Let's offer Gustafsson 7.5 and see what happens. There we go. 7.5. Hopefully nobody goes over that, and we get him. And then Schultz. Yeah, I think I'd rather have Schultz than Brody. They both want 6-year deals. Schultz is an offensive defenseman. He's a year younger. Let's try getting him. Justin Schultz. Let's say 700 even. Let's go 700 even on this guy. 7 million. Okay, so 7 million for him, 750 for Gustafsson. And then we'll come back and take a look at this. We've got 26 million in cap space, so that right there is 14. What else do we have? Let's take a look at the goalies. Ooh, Holtby. All right. All right. You know what? He's about 7 years. He's 30 years old. He'll be good for a few years, right? He's going to be good for maybe a few years. I just don't want to get stuck with him. He turns out to be garbage after a few years here. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's go for it. You only live once, right? How much does he want? He wants 7.1. I think we throw 7.75 at him. Let's throw 7.75 at him and see if he takes our deal. 7.75 for 7 years. Hopefully he takes it. If not, we can always come back and take another look, and that will give us some other things to deal with. So not bad. So 7.75, 7, and 750. So that's right around 22 million. That gives us only 4 million to play with. I think that's where we're going to leave it for now. Yeah, the rest of this stuff is kind of meh. I am going to take a look and see if we need to do anything to bolster our AHL team, but I'm not going to do that until we actually get through this first round. Give me a second. Let me take a look and see if there's any better coaches we can go out and pick up, some other scouts. I'll take care of all of that, and we'll be back to find out if we get those players here in just a second. All right? Be right back. All right, that took just a few more days than we anticipated, but we were able to bring in all of the free agents that we reached out to, as well as some coaches and scouts that will hopefully make both of our teams, both in the NHL and AHL, better. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lines. I will go ahead and set these up. We'll show them to you, and we will be ready to rock for year number 2. Okay, here's how we're going to set our lines up for this season. Forsberg's going to play with Stahl and Jost on that first line. McCann, Kyrou, and Toffoli on the second line. Hinostroza, Cirelli, and Gurionov on the third. Sissons, Lawton, and Forsbacka Carlson on the fourth line for now. Scratched players, we've got Shore, Mueller as a backup for the defense. Take a quick look at what the defense has going on. First pairing, Gustafsson and Schultz, Lievo and Carlo, Makoshin, and then Anderson will make up the defensive pairings. So that is going to do it for getting ready for this next season. What do you guys think? Did you like those lines? To show you the captains really quick. Stahl still captain, Forsberg getting the assistant, and Schultz picking up an assistant for now. Yeah, that's fine. Until we get another major player here coming in to the forward core, that seems fine by me. So what did you guys think? Do you believe that we're ready for this next season? Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. If we made good choices, or if you disagree, I'm happy to read them. Until next time, and we'll see you soon.